How's it going, YouTube? My name's Marcus and welcome to Moto. I've created this channel to document me stripping down a 1979 air-cooled BMW R80/7 motorcycle to each individual component and then rebuilding it into my dream bike. My hope is that folks will be able to follow along on this journey, help me make some of the design decisions along the way, and ultimately maybe encourage some people that have always dreamed of taking on a project like this to just give it a go. I've been riding motorcycles since I was 16 years old. I've had most types of bikes, starting with my first 50cc Suzuki scooter. Since my first scooter, I've had a couple of other Vespas, a EP1 150cc and a 300 GTS Super, which I still have, a Loud Cruiser, a 250cc Yamaha Dragstar, naked street bikes, Honda CB400 and Honda CBF 600, and more than a few big bore adventure bikes like the BMW R1150 GSA, and right now I own the R1250 GSA. Throughout this time I've always wanted to build my own custom motorcycle. A couple of years ago I restored a Vespa scooter, which gave me the confidence to give an even bigger project like this a go. I bought a 1979 BMW R80/7 Airhead. I'm hoping that for those of you interested in taking a similar journey, that this channel might inspire you to give it a go on your own custom restoration. I'll be creating videos as I go that you can follow along. So let's get down to business. It all started in January of 2019 when I decided I wanted to restore an old motorcycle. I quickly narrowed down my search to a BMW R series air-cooled model known as an Airhead, as opposed to the later liquid-cooled models from BMW. I knew I wanted an old bike. One, I knew it was likely to be easier to do without modern computers and electronic components and things like that. But two, somewhat romantic standpoint, I wanted a bike that was old as or older than me. I turned 40 this year, so we'll just chalk it up to a bit of a midlife crisis. The reason I picked an air-cooled Boxer has three parts. First, Boxer engine. Sometimes called flat engines or horizontally opposed, the Boxer engine is basically a V engine with pistons 180 degrees apart, so they stick out on the sides directly opposite each other. There's several different types of flat engines, but what makes a Boxer is that the pistons shoot in and out at the same time, so they both punch out from the crank at the same time and both meet in the center at the same time, and it's analogous to Boxers touching gloves at the start of a bout. This gives the engine a very distinctive feel and the Boxer kind of wobble vibration, which many of us love. The Boxer engine was first created by Carl Benz in 1897, and it was mostly used for aircraft, not so much for cars and motorbikes at that time. I think the most famous use of a Boxer engine is likely the VW Beetle, which used the air-cooled rear-mounted engine in its design from 1938 to 1982, when it switched over to water-cooled. Again, a notable mention is Porsche, with a 911 exclusively using Boxers from 1964 until present day. And keep an eye out for Porsche if you're interested, because if this project goes well, who knows what the next Boxer engine I work on might be. So in terms of motorcycles though, Boxer engines are particularly suited to early motorcycles due to the cylinders and cooling fins sticking out the sides, offering lots of airflow to cooling those fins prior to the introduction of liquid cooling. Additionally, the engine offers a nice low center of mass, which, as you know, allows for more stable, controlled ride. Number two, availability of parts and advice. So the second reason is I live in Berkeley in Northern California, and these Airhead BMWs are easy enough to come by. A quick search on Craigslist, and any day I'll bring up a couple of different options. And beyond that, there are old BMW specialists still making new parts for these old motorcycles, such as Boxer 2 valve or Euromoto electric, and even custom parts from places like Cognito Moto. And the third reason is it looks amazing. So finally, and being honest, the most important is it looks incredible. The Boxer engine sitting in front of your shins as you vibrate sideways down the road is exactly the kind of perfect bike I want. It sounds great, it feels great, and it was a no-brainer for me. So in my next video, I'm going to go through finding the right bike for the right price, what to look out for when buying one of these old R80/7s, as well as some of the things I kind of wish I knew at that time. So if you're interested in that, hit the subscribe button and see you in the next one. Thanks.